if they're not doing what you trained them to do, then what are they really doing for you? Get them off your team, work them out of the system, and find somebody that is going to benefit your business.
Camelot 331 here, and I might have done it. I might have did the thing, man. I might have jumped right onto a GameStop conference call and recorded the whole damn thing. And we're going to talk about it, and you're going to hear the entire thing today. And what's going to happen in this call? They're going to talk about how they're going to punish their associates if they do not lie to people and add stuff to transactions. Just and saying it's free. That's one of the things. Oh, just tell them it's free. This actually is going to happen on this conference call with associates that work at GameStop, straight from the higher-ups. You guys ready for this? I ain't going to waste your time. Let's jump right into this nonsense. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, doodle, and spread it like wildfire. This is the corporate environment on display right for you right now. You're not going to see this anywhere else on Earth. I'm not joking.
It looks like the biggest issue that we're all still having really is PUR from a lot of stores.
Shocking.
As we're going to talk today, that's actually a big focus area still for the region. And the region, I believe, was ranked 18 out of 18 in PUR. So as a region, we are having an issue. So that's where we really need to be focused in on within the company.
Oh my God. So here we go. They're not ranking well in Power Up Rewards, the Pure card. If you know what that is, all these companies have this card. It's pretty much a card that you get, and it gives you discounts on stuff. Well, GameStops don't actually give you discounts on anything anymore. They got rid of all of it. And then they increased the price $5. And they're ranking people on this. And they're not ranking well in it. So you're about to see what's about to happen if they don't pick it up.
And that up to 50% off for the pre-owned games, $19.99 and under, kind of between 2 and 5 games. That's definitely a big deal because that builds up your UPT, and as we all know, that's what we're bonusing off of right now. So that's going to be that's actually one of the key offers for the UPT this week is that, as well as the buy 4 for $30, which is $14.99 and under games. That's another key offer as well. And then if your stores received them already, great. They mentioned about the hand sanitizers having up at your register. I know I have not received mine yet, so if your store has received it, that would be another key driver as well. But they're also still running, if I'm not mistaken, the buttons and the piggies, I think.
All right, so let's talk about this hand sanitizer for a second. Yeah, you heard that right. GameStop's going to sell hand sanitizer. A video game store. Trying to make some of that profit up. What in the absolute hell? You want to know what this hand sanitizer is? Yeah, it's made in-house by random people at the warehouse at GameStop. It actually is. It's not FDA approved as well. We already covered that. I told you they were going to eventually start selling it. And the FDA doesn't approve it. And what does it look like exactly? I can't believe this is real. This is actually GameStop's hand sanitizer. This is it. This is real. Look at that. What the oh my God, dude. Oh, what does it smell like? Whoo, gosh. Literally just vodka. That's what it smells like. Let's continue.
Those couple areas, or a couple items right there, is definitely key drivers for UPT. Also counting in that is obviously GPGs, PRPs, that kind of stuff. So we do need to be mentioning that on those games for the 4 for $30 or the up to 50% off, let's be mentioning how they're essentially up to the 50% off games, pretty much getting the warranties for free at that point on all the games. So let's make sure we're mentioning that as well.
Oh, no. Okay. So the 1-year warranties that GameStop offers you, that is actually just 100% profit, and they don't actually matter. I worked there for 11 years. Those GPGs just make the associate return it, and they don't actually have to. I would usually just return stuff for people to help them out, to kind of help them out. But, yeah. So they're just going to tell them it's free. It's basically free. Go ahead. We're just going to add it on there. Add it on there. But why are they just adding stuff on there? You're about to find out why as well. There's a lot of stuff it's about to happen in this call. It's going to be Oh, man. They're about to start screaming. Stay tuned.
Pro. That's still really the focus areas are the same this week as they were last week. To be honest with you, so Power Up Pro is still a focus area. It looks like the goal for Power Up Rewards is really 15% now, and I think if we all do that, I don't think there's going to be a reason why we can't stay above 15% as long as we're talking to every guest consistently 100% of the time.
Okay.
I think, James, you mentioned that the other day on the call.
100% of the time. It'll be great. Every single person. You're getting this card, or else something's going to happen to these associates. You ready to find out?
Making sure we're asking every single customer. I think that's the key thing right there, asking every customer 100% of the time if they're expired or not, if they're a new member or if they're not. It doesn't matter. We need to be talking to every guest. Does anybody have any best practices for Power Up? Because that, again, our region was 18 out of 18 last week, and apparently for the last few weeks.
That's last place.
So we need to really focus in on that. So does anybody have any best practices?
I mean, you just got to stay on your team. Don't let them be lazy. Don't let them ask things lazily. They should never go through the motions of work. If they don't want to be at your store working, send them home. You got other employees that are hungry for hours and work right now. Don't let somebody just go through the motions at your store. Bring somebody in who wants to impress you, who is motivated and needs to make money, because those are going to be the people that are going to do your best, even if you need to train them a little bit. Don't be afraid to train somebody. It's our job. We get paid to do a job. Let's do the damn job so that we can all be successful, and then we don't have to be 18 out of 18. Don't be afraid to be told no. Ask everybody, because at the end of the day, if you don't ask, you're going to fail regardless.
Wow. So it's just send them home if they don't want to make people buy these cards. If you don't get these power cards, just send people home. Send people home. It's our damn job. Just send them home, son. They don't need to be here. Find somebody that wants to impress us. Impress who? What? How you going to impress Gamestop guy? What do you... Be a female associate? I don't know what you can do. GameStop male store manager pretty weird. DLs get a little crazy sometimes over those females. Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. But apparently, just send them home if they're not going to get these numbers for you.
I mean, if you put in the effort and you do the effort, then nobody can hold anything against you. But
unless you get 0 cards, even after putting in the effort, then they're going to hold it against you real hard.
If you just don't ask, then you're going to fail regardless if they say or no or not. And we got to do that for everybody. We can't let our assistant manager or our SGA go through the motions of the job and nonchalantly ask a customer. They need to be there to help the customer, because if they're not doing what you trained them to do, then what are they really doing for you? Get them off your team, work them out of the system, and find somebody that is going to benefit your business, because there's no reason we should have stores that are really low when we just had other stores that were 60-something% on the day. Like Robin Suburban, that young man got 35 cards by himself, and his store had, 36? It can be done in any store. It doesn't matter if you're a low-volume store, a high-volume store, a middle-volume store. If you have employees that are motivated and want to work hard, get them in your store, or get the people who don't want to work for you off your team, because they're not benefiting your business.
Just fire them. They're not benefiting our business, so just fire the hell out of them. If they're not adding on these GPGs, the warranties, and just being like, hey, it's free. They're not giving people these cards that don't give them any discounts, but they're $20 and forcing it on people, which brings in the environment of people just adding stuff on and lying to people because they don't want to get fired. Well, they're not doing all those things. Then just fire them. And you heard it here. They encourage them to tell them it's free. What are they going to do? They going to blind me with the sanitizer? They going to pour it in my eyes, bruh? Just melt my eyeballs? I feel like that's what they're going to do. Is this why they made this? So they can torture their employees? I feel like that's why. Jesus, this is crazy, dude.
Well said, James.
Well said.
Manager that has worked in multiple stores, and in every store that he's been in, he has escalated and surpassed being a PUR person. He used to be our PUR captain, and he's absolutely right. If your team is not going to work for you, then work around that person. Get that person off the registers, put them on the floor until they learn how to sell a pro card.
So basically, here, this is what has happened so far. The guy said, tell people, hey, we're hurting in Power-Up Rewards cards and UPTs, which is units per transaction. That's how many items are on the transaction. So if you buy 2 games, that's 2 things on the transaction. If you get a 1-year warranty for each game, that's 4 items. Okay, so 2. That's what UPT is. The store managers and the district managers bonus off of UPT. So that encourages them to just add stuff on without telling people. Okay, that's the point. That's the entire point around this system. They don't even try to hide it anymore. This used to be a joke. They just add it on without telling you. They don't even hide it anymore. They're just going to do it. The GameStop's even teaching their associates just to do it.
All right. So the third focus area is UPT. Again, that's how we bonus now. So we need to be making sure we're definitely, getting the customer everything they need. Think about anything else that you have in the store that you think you can add to a transaction. Like I said, there's buttons, the piggies are buy 2, get 2 free. If you got the hand sanitizers in, that you have those up at your counter, and mentioning that to guests as well. Hand sanitizer, I think, is going to be really popular with most people, especially if there's something small they can keep in their purse or in their vehicles. Let's see. UPT, also mentioning that they talked about GPG on the call under UPT as well. We need to make sure we have in our goals for that, which is 30% in GPGs. Really,
30%?
that's what we need to be shooting for, because the company, everybody's getting better and better at GPG.
30% of the time they want to put these warranties in.
The average is getting up there to almost 30% now, so we need to be shooting for 30% to be above the company average. And then GPG's goal is 75% for the PRP. Make sure that is in the dashboard as well. All of this can be found, Brian sent out on GSO. Let's make sure you guys print it out. The other thing that was mentioned on the call today was Web & Store. So I know that...
Okay, so what Web & Store is, that's what he just said, Web & Store. That's when you go into a GameStop and you buy something off of GameStop.com, but you're in the store when you do it, and then they ship it to your house, and probably lose your order, or just never send you the stuff, which happens a lot with GameStop.com. And you could never get in touch with anybody, because no one works at the corporate office, apparently.
So, every week we talk about Web & Store. We talk about Bob's, we talk about, hitting our goals and stuff like that for Web & Store. I don't know if you guys know what your goals are for Web & Store daily and weekly, but it's really around 3 per day, 20 per week. That's what you guys need to be shooting for. And if you know your goals, make sure all your associates
So just make people buy online.
Make sure every day you have it broken down that we need 3 Web & Store orders a day.
What happens if somebody don't want to order online?
Or 20 a week.
Do you just get fired?
I know that doesn't equal out, but the minimum's 20 a week, 3 a day. Is there any questions with that?
If you have an employee that is asked a question by a customer about something you don't have, and they do not offer it to Web & Store, that's a warning, and the second time they do it, they need to go home.
What is going on here? If they don't just tell somebody about the online, they're just going to get sent home. What the hell, son? What the hell? There's like 5 electronic stores on this strip. And you're going to expect somebody to wait 5 days to a week or 2 weeks to get something? And if your employee just doesn't tell them, they're going to get fired as hell. Just send them home, baby. Send them home. We're trying to bonus here. We're trying to bonus. We got to increase profit by any means necessary. And I mean by any means necessary. Let's continue.
At this point, there's no reason they shouldn't. That is our new normal. That's our normal part of the job until things get back to normal as they were before. But our new normal is if we don't have it, if they have to offer it through Web & Store, or at least see if it's there. If they don't, then they're wrong, and they shouldn't be doing that. You have
You're
to
wrong.
correct that on the spot. Don't just be like, well, maybe he'll ask next time. Maybe he just wasn't feeling it that time. They got to ask. Even if the customer, even if you know the customer is going to say no, you got to ask, because you never know. It's got to be the new normal at this point.
Hold on. Well, back up for a second. Even if the customer, you know they're going to say no, you never know. No, I do know that I know they're going to say no. What do you mean I never know? Just send them home. If they don't offer every single thing, you fire them instantly. Holy mother of God, dude. The environment around this is not, this conference call was not for associates and like part-time associates and assistant managers and SGAs, which are everybody that works in stores. They were not for these people. So, and they're not going to tell them this. GameStop doesn't want you to hear this. If you're working at GameStop right now and you're a part-timer or you're a SGA, they don't want you to hear this. They're going to fire you instantly. Hot damn, baby.
I agree. Web in stores, box orders, ship from stores, that's our bread and butter right now, guys. That's what's making our money. Without web in stores, we would be closing stores left and right.
Oh, so I guess they have been doing really bad at web and store lately because their stores are closing left and right.
If they're not offering web in stores and ship from stores, then they can't be on your team. They can't be working the registers. You know,
Fire 'em.
That's where our money is right now.
Fire them all.
It sucks. It sucks that, we're not getting the product in stores and we're not getting the hours that we need. But that money comes in later, and that will help us with the hours. Like Joey says today, we're not getting some hours sometimes, but then at the end of the week, we're hitting hours great because we have tons of ship from stores and web in stores. So we just need to make sure that we're constantly on that web and store, knowing what products we have, knowing what we can get them. Some people want instant gratification. Right now, that's not the normal. You can't walk into a Walmart and walk out with a PS4. You can't walk into a Target and walk out with a Switch. We are GameStop. We are going to find it faster, easier, and quicker than anyone else.
I highly doubt that. What? What kind of cult am I in right now?
And we know about our products. So, I'm pretty sure they go into a Target or a Walmart, they're not going to find an employee that tells them, let me check our website and get it ordered for you.
What it makes that customer think? It makes that customer think that we care. It makes that customer think that we go above and beyond for that one single kid to get that $19.99 game that he's been asking my mom for. It might...
Just make them think you care. Make the customer think you care. It's all that matters. You don't actually have to care, though. That's the most important thing.
Q3 and Q4, that's what we're going to be talking a lot more about, is web in store, because if you think that the consoles, and this is a direct quote from Joey, if you think when you get these consoles you're going to be ahead of the game, you're wrong. It's going to be web in store that's going to put you over that. That's going to have you standing out because everybody's going to get the systems.
Well, he's right about that. GameStop has less than like 10% market share on their consoles now, so they're definitely not going to be ahead of the game. That's for damn sure.
Again, everybody's going to get the consoles.
And like James said, don't be afraid to step up and take charge of that, sale that associate's doing if they're not giving the right kind of information. James has been with the company for a couple years, and I don't think he's ever had an HR issue, and he is the one person that will straight cut a person off in the middle of a sentence and be like, completely wrong. Let me help you. And I guarantee you probably not one of his staff has reached out to HR. So don't be scared. Step up and take control of your store. That's the reason why you're a store leader.
Don't be scared to yell at people and fire them and harass them and basically threaten their life if they don't offer stuff to people. Because HR, it don't matter. HR don't care. They're right, though. HR won't care. We've already been over this before. If you don't know about this, HR is not there for the people in the company. It's there to save the company's ass from lawsuits and things of that nature. That's it. To protect the higher-ups and the company. That's it. So she's right.
All right. I know we have a little less than 15 minutes. There's only a couple other things here. Trades is another area Joey mentioned. So, as you guys all know, we're taking in cash trades again, right?
Shocking. That didn't last very long. They were like, wait a second, never mind. We don't care if they're infected. Please, for the love of God, give us these trades so we can give you $1 for them. Because that's our bread and butter, baby. They're hurting. They need these trades. They don't give a damn if their associates get sick. I mean, they never really did, though. That's why they sent them this. But you can't have it. You have to sell it. Don't use it.
You know, we were telling every customer that came up to our doors and stuff like that, we can't take trades, we can't take trades, we can't take trades. Now we need to be talking to every guest about us taking trades, and it's for cash now. Because you got to remember, those customers probably still think we're not taking in trades. So I know we have a sign on our doors that say trades are back, but let's be honest, not everybody reads those signs on our doors or throughout our store. It just becomes another piece of paper taped somewhere. A lot of people start ignoring that kind of stuff. They walk in with blinders, they're coming in for a certain thing, and they walk out. Let's make sure that we're mentioning to every guest that we are taking in games and consoles now. Obviously, the older consoles we're still not taking in, but tell them about the new-gen consoles, but all the old games we are taking in for cash now. So let's make sure that we are mentioning that to our guests.
Also, something else that'll be coming down, guys, for your weapon stores or your ship from stores. There will be things that you have to print off that says like a thank you for choosing us. Joey should be sending it down if he hasn't already. But those are things that we'll just be printing like a handful of them off, and then as you send out your ship from stores, you'll just be putting the thank you letter in there.
What?
Which is kind of a great idea. It just says, hey, thanks for choosing us, and it makes it feel more personal. So keep an eye out for those on your messages and your tasks, and just print out, 10 of them so that you have them, and make sure your staff knows about them.
So this is something a lot of corporate companies do. They like to make people think they're being personal. They like to make people think they care. They don't, though. They never have. That's why they discuss it on conference calls. They're like, hey, man, just do this. Make sure you put in a thank you letter in there, because we got to make them think that we care. They actually don't. They couldn't be more detached from actual normal people or normal behavior. That's just how it is. It's really gross to me, to be honest. It's really fake and gross, and I just hate the hell out of it, son. I hate it.
This is just something to get your associates excited about the UPT bonus, essentially. We want to make sure everybody gets excited around this. Again, bonus is really important to a lot of us, especially now. I'll be honest, I was never really big on bonuses because that's not guaranteed money. But right now, with me being out of work for the last few weeks, I'm all about trying to get some more money in my paycheck. So right now, it is all about UPT for me. So we need to make sure that we really are going after this. Make sure all your employees are really going after the UPT. And let's make this as fun as we can. I want to see some really, big numbers out there from stores. Again, you can technically get a 10 selling 10 items on a transaction. Look, you can technically do that.
Technically.
But, it's probably not going to be like that. I would love to see everybody get strikes, essentially. But, it could be, technically, you can get 11 or 12, 13 items on a transaction.
Technically you can. I see what you're saying.
So, any questions there? It also gives you an example of how to come up if you have 30 transactions or 3 games.
I see what's happening. Technically you can, man. I see what he's saying here. So they pretty much wind the call down after that. That's pretty much the end of it. And actually, I've been on a lot of them, and I've recorded a lot of them. I don't know what I should do with them. Should I release them? Lock the video, and then I'll know. If it doesn't do well, whatever. We won't do it anymore. But that's the idea. But so what do we learn? Basically, this is great. They're going to sell that now. UPTs, units per transaction, that's what they're bonusing on. So they're going to just throw stuff on there. He even said the GPGs, just tell them it's free. Literally said that. Just tell them it's free. And if you don't offer them a GPG, and if you don't offer them the power-up card that doesn't even give them a discount anymore, and if you don't offer them web and store, what happens? You send their ass home, because it's our damn job. It's a cult at GameStop. It truly is. What did you think of the call? Did you like it? Comment down below, little face, little equals D or something. What do you think? This company has gone to hell in a handbasket. I don't know if that's the phrase, but it feels like that's probably the phrase. Let me know what you think. If you want more, make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Message me on there. Get your story out. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8:30. Join me there. Sometimes I'll get on a conference call there on the stream right now. I don't give a damn, son. So thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you updoodle the video. And also make sure you do me a real big favor. Make sure you get on it. Doggone it. Yeah. Bye. Did that backwards. I'm not even editing it out. I'm just so tired right now.